Dosunmu wasn't in the starting lineup at that point like he is tonight, coming over in that trade with Chicago. And a big piece of the Wolves' success as of late has Ayo been. And that's a really early turnover on Anthony Edwards and the Wolves.
Yeah, VJ Edgecombe smothering him defensively, giving him very little room to operate along that sideline, forcing the turnover.
And here's VJ now, named the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month for the first time in his career yesterday. Had a great chat with VJ about that pregame. We'll run that for you at halftime, so be sure to stay with us. And on cue, VJ hitting the fadeaway.
Well, and what makes it impressive about winning the Conference Player of the Rookie of the Month is the fact that he's doing it in April or for this March, and the fact that it's deep into the season where most guys get kind of tired and they wither out. He seems to be thriving right now.
No rookie wall for this guy. We talked to him about that and more. It was a great little chat.
Yeah, don't miss it. It was actually very interesting.
Yeah, it was very fun. Maxey trying to get it back to Embiid, and the Sixers will turn it up. Yeah, rookie wall, schmookie wall.
Well, and there was times where he was also running the point for this team, too, with the depleted lineup due to injuries. So he's had to adjust his game back and forth throughout this first campaign for him.
Wolves get a couple of bites at the apple, but don't get anything out of it. Maxey back to Embiid. That one rims off. After the game on Wednesday, Maxey was actually joking with VJ, who's demanding that Tyrese now call him PG1, point guard 1. Those two have a very fun relationship. The reach-in foul there on Barlow. Again, he was gone for 6 games because of some soreness in his right knee.
I think it's just a precautionary thing, too. If you see some swelling in the knee and you know the playoffs are right around the corner, you could afford to sit him out now as opposed to not being able to lose him during the playoffs.
No doubt about that, yeah. Lakers may be experiencing that. Luka Doncic going down with potentially an injury that's going to keep him out for a while last night. Edgecombe can't get that one to go. Barlow tracks down the loose ball. Paul George coming off that great performance on Wednesday and picking up where he left off.
And again, Dominic Barlow with the rebound. That time a floorboard, finding his teammate ready to shoot.
And Maxey was also talking about Barlow after Wednesday's win. And that's going to be a foul on Maxey. So 3 free throws. Delaware State Player of the Year back in the day.
Moving forward.
It took him, understandably, a little while to get settled in after that trade from the Knicks a couple years ago.
And all his friends are there. That's the other thing, too. It's not just leaving another team, which is by itself an ordeal, something that you have to learn to overcome. But he's also leaving a heck of a bond there in New York.
George's pass deflected and into the hands of DiVincenzo. Dosunmu. The kick out to Edwards. Short on that 3. A rare miss, as we mentioned in the open. A career high from beyond the arc this season. Down to Embiid it goes. The finger roll doesn't go. Neither does the tap it.
Battling in there with Julius for good post position.
Randall through the hands of Gobert. Takes a friendly Wolves bounce right into the hands of Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, just kind of, he was spotting up at the 3-point line. Saw the loose.
Maxey at 28 in Wednesday's win in D.C. High off the window for 2.
Just so good when he keeps his dribble alive. That little hesitation dribble freezes the defender, then high off the glass and in, outside the reach of Gobert.
DiVincenzo, an air ball. Gobert tied up by Barlow. He led the way in that win just after the All-Star break in Minnesota. Tyrese had 39 points in that one. Sixers didn't have Embiid or Paul George. This guy was available, but the Wolves just kind of sluggish in that one. That tough shot off. Here comes Maxey now.
Yeah, Maxey coming over to help VJ on Edwards that time, making life difficult for Ant.
Waiting for Embiid to get into the front court. Barlow on the baseline, and he's fouled by Randall. A great... Again, just doing all the little things this year. He's 22 years old. Barlow undrafted in the offseason, betting on himself, hoping that if he played well before the trade deadline, there might be a standard contract waiting for him after it, and there was. Now, hopefully going to be a Sixer for a while.
Well, and you up-and-coming future ballers out there, how is Dominic succeeding? He didn't come in here expecting to get 30 points a night. He looks around and sees we've got plenty of scores. What does this team need? Defense and rebounding.
Showtime, Barlow! Almost like he knew that we were talking about him. The block on one end and the hammer on the other.
Case in point.
Exhibit
A, exactly.
I wonder, it looked like he did have an earpiece in when we were down on the floor.
We certainly appreciate the timing of it all.
Oh, great stuff by Dominic. And such a great teammate off the floor as well. Just consistently
ask for plays and ask for shots. The rest of the guys would look at him and go, wait a second, you just got here, as Randall responds. But what he has done is he has carved out a position, a little niche for him. Hustle, climbing the boards and giving you extra effort plays, and it works for him.
George back to Embiid. And still looking for the elbow jumper to fall. George in the middle of 4 Timberwolves comes away with the floorboard.
Comes dribbling out of that crowd.
Showing off the handle. He's been mentoring this guy. PG's been mentoring our road.
Oh,
the
my
step
goodness.
back. Looks so smooth, though.
Sure does. Covers a lot of ground with that step back, too. Defenders have to lunge at him.
6 of those in D.C. on Wednesday did Paul George. That one way too strong from DiVincenzo.
Yeah, Paul was able to get out to Dante. No open looks for DiVincenzo.
Tyrese has a step back of his own. Barlow
Look at this. Look at this.
underneath, kicking out. PG can't connect from 3.
Again, looking for a shooter as soon as he gets that offensive rebound. No one would fault him if he just put it right back up himself and wanted 2 for himself, but no. He is looking to maximize each trip down the floor.
Masumu around and off, trying to use that Gobert screen. Barlow another rebound. Good pace to this one so far. Already halfway through our first quarter. And the Sixers will use their first. Maxey down to Embiid. And Embiid gets on the score sheet with that baseline jumper.
Yeah, nice little baseline screen, too. Little action underneath the basket to free up Joel.
All 5 starters now. Onto the scoreboard for your Sixers. Anthony Edwards has 5 to lead the way for Minnesota.
Yeah, he's just so smooth and wasting very little movement or energy. Everything effective.
Nice ball movement here by the Sixers, swinging it around the horn.
Oh.
And then Embiid took a little too long. Naz Reid with the block there.
Heck of a recovery from
And
Reid.
then Barlow, speaking of recoveries, a great block on Reid, but then Reid keeps his composure and puts it up again. Oubre with 18 points. Also had 4 steals. He was big on both ends in Minnesota, end of February. Joel Embiid, too strong from 3. Still looking for that shot again. Did not play Wednesday, out due to illness, and fought through that illness Monday down in Miami. So still trying to refine that rhythm.
Little muted effort here right now at the beginning for Joel.
And Edwards didn't play last night with an illness of his own. Good defense by Grimes. So don't have to get off a shot immediately, but fairly quickly after it comes in. Gobert heaves.
Why
yeah,
not?
the Sixers will definitely
Oh, my
allow
goodness.
that.
We encourage that. By all means, sir.
Dozen apiece. Back to Embiid. Favorite spot from beyond the arc.
Oh!
Having a first quarter to remember.
He caught that down by his hip with 2 hands and then brought it up and flushed it in a crowd.
The start for DB, Dominic Barlow. Here's Bones Highland, another Wilmington, Delaware native, just like DiVincenzo. Reid can't get it to go.
That's good defense from Dominic, not fouling Reid and bailing him out, making him shoot over him. We talked about contest shots.
Tyrese Maxey.